questions for the student athletes, dismiss them, and come back to Coach. Go ahead with your opening statement, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, first of all, congratulations to North Dakota State and Coach Richmond. I thought they played great tonight. I really liked their game plan. I thought, they got off to a fantastic start, which bothered us a little bit. We struggled getting back into it, except during the second half when we made a couple of runs. So give them credit. I really thought that you can't play uphill all night. They have the lead for 36 minutes of the game, and you play uphill all night. It takes a lot of energy to overcome. And we just couldn't quite overcome that. We kept fighting back. I think we tied at 51, something like that. And then they made a big three. If we get maybe a kick out and a run out and we go up, things can maybe change there. But it didn't, so give them credit there. But it was obviously a tough locker room, as you guys can see. We're fortunate to be around the student athletes we are every day. Mitch Hahn and Zach Jackson and Matt Piles up here is only a sophomore. But those guys led us. And they. There's a lot of character in that locker room and a lot of integrity in that locker room and a lot of teamwork in that locker room. So I'm really proud of our team. This one is going to hurt and it's going to sting, and I understand that, but it's not going to define what these guys did and accomplished and help get our program to another level. So we owe a lot to these guys.
Questions for the student athletes? Right over here.
Tony Boone from the Omaha World Herald. This is for the guys. Anyone can go first. But you're in a worse deficit, but you played worse when you were at Fargo and came back and got that game. Did you feel like when you got Mamet back on the floor in the second half that you were going to be able to be okay?
Yeah, I think we were confident for most of the game. I think that we were going to get back in it. It's a championship game. They played really well, but we knew we had some fight in us, and I think we fought in the second half. I couldn't ask more from my teammates, and we all fought as hard as we could. They outplayed us today. Got to give all credit to them, but I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Yeah, when we tied it at 51, I thought it was going to kind of swing our way, and because we've been in that situation so many times this year, that to where we've got the game back to where it's in reach and then it's kind of ours. But they just made great winning plays down the stretch, which put us away, and it was tough.
Sorry, was it tough to see Shahid making the shots that he did? Because, as you mentioned, Mitch, usually when you guys have made a run like that, it usually flips the momentum and you're able to maintain it. But I think even after Matt had the dunk that would have cut it to 2, he hit a couple shots there, and obviously after he got it tied, he came back and hit 3 in a row, I think. Yeah,
you really can't say much more. Give him just the credit that he took the big shots and he made them. It sucked to go that we had to see him go in, but it takes a lot of guts to take those type of shots when a team's been coming back on you and you take a tough 3 from deep and it goes in, and it just gives your team energy, and he just did a great job.
Zach and Mitch, obviously, a tough one for you guys to swallow tonight, but looking back at what you've helped this program accomplish over the last 3-4 years, what's it meant to you, and how special was this night?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to hurt that we lost tonight for a while, but I'll be honest, it's really just the people that I met in my 4 years, and just all the great people that have helped me to become just a better person and a better basketball player. I would do it all again and feel like this again, knowing I get to meet all these people, all these wonderful people that have helped me get to where I'm at today. So I know it's a basketball game. I have to keep that in perspective, and it's really just about the people you meet and the relationships you build during this time while you're here. So it's gonna hurt for a while, but in the end, it's all about the people that you meet, and you just gotta love all the people that you meet that you met here.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off what Zach said, we made some great memories this year that, even though we lost this game, you can't take those memories away from us. I've never had as much fun playing basketball as I've had this year. Everyone that has contributed to our team, that's not just in the locker room, that's family, friends, support staff, everyone that has helped us get here. It's just we couldn't have been here without them, and it's just something that I'm so grateful for.
Matt, I know I asked you a little bit about this earlier in the week, but now that the run is finished here, can you kind of talk about what you guys have done in your 2 years to come in after a game like this, as a freshman, to go through what you guys went through last year and to get back to that point?
Yeah, I mean, last year was definitely very rough, but I knew with our senior leadership coming in this year and a lot of guys returning, we were going to be able to get to this point, and a couple shots didn't fall or maybe a couple more went their way. So we'll have to use this as fuel moving forward. But I've said it time and time again, I've never met in all my years of basketball 2 leaders better than these guys. And if I can be half the leader that they are, then I'll be happy with that because they're just tremendous men on and off the floor.
Thanks for everything, guys.
Then making a couple extra plays that you came up short this time around?
Well, I think 2 things. I talked about it at the beginning. Our start wasn't very good when we got down, and then we can maybe get one on the run at the end of the half to cut it to 10, and they get the steal right back and get to 14. That's a possible 4-point swing right there. Our attention to detail for some reason wasn't great early. I thought would be more aggressive, and they were the aggressor. I thought they got to loose balls and rebounds, and we didn't. Long rebounds, we didn't. I thought they made some tougher plays around the rim than what we did in the first half. To talk about the basketball game, but you look up and down the stats. They get us by 2 3-pointers and by 6 free throws, and other than that, it's even up and down the board. And that's when we got down 14 to start the game. So our guys had no quit. They fought like crazy, like they always do. We made some big shots to get it back even. And then Shahid, I think he's one that made the 3 to get it back to 54-51. I don't know what got it to 56-51. But I know he made the big one there, and that's usually one that we've made on the other end that's gotten us some momentum. So if we could have gotten a run out there and maybe gotten one, then, momentum's a funny thing. It's hard to get, and it's hard to stop. And if we could have gotten the momentum right there, I think that might have swung us, but it wasn't to be.
Coach Tom Savage with the Associated Press. Just curious, you went the final 7 minutes of that first half without a field goal, but then you had that 12-2 run to start the second half.
Yeah.
Did you do anything differently at halftime, or was it just making shots?
Well, it comes down to making shots, but our ball movement was so much better. We got so many more swings, so many more paint touches. We got a couple tips and deflections defensively, so it got us out, and we played against a broken defense a little bit, which made some shots easier for us. Early when they had shots going, we played against their set defense. I felt like 14 or 15 minutes of that first half, and they sat there in gaps and it made it harder on us. But we moved the ball better, got some things in transition, and I thought that's what got the shots to go in the second half. But we weren't getting out in the first, and that's on me. I didn't do a very good job of getting us in a good position.
Darren, did you sense your guys were tied at all or anything coming into the game? I mean, they kind of had an easier one last night. You had to grind one out and bounce back in a shorter time, to play this one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I really thought, I thought we're ready to play. I thought we were going to be aggressive early. I thought they were the aggressor early for whatever reason. And, but like I said, some long rebounds and some tips and a couple of plays at the rim. I just thought they were better at than we were early, and that's something that we've been good at. But it wasn't tonight. Did those things play a part? Yeah, they all play a part. But I thought we'd have a better start, and we just did not tonight.